All right, welcome back to another episode, which I think this is going to be one of the biggest episodes for the 240 build because we are finally going to be painting it today. Assuming, of course, weather permits. There's forecasts of thunderstorms and whatnot, but it's covered. It's in a pretty good spot. It's just outside, so we'll see how bad it is. However, I do want to make sure or make it clear that I'm not a professional when it comes to bodywork and paint and anything like that. This is probably the first time I've ever done like a full car, not just like some fenders or doors or bumpers or anything like that. So I'm just simply showing you guys the way I did it and how I learned from just talking to people, I guess, in the industry that I work in that they do this for a living. But the first step here is all the prep work that I've posted a video last week on, where we did a lot of the Bondo. You'll need sandpaper, a sanding block, some Bondo, primer, handful of other little things here and there. Oh, scuff pads. I have a whole extra one that I ended up not using. All in all, the prep stuff, the prep materials or consumables that I bought, that ranged anywhere from, I think, without looking at all the receipts, I don't know, $300 to $400. For just all the prep materials that I needed. Which for paint, you're obviously going to need a paint gun, Harbor Freight, little. I think this is like an $18 paint gun. You don't need to buy a $130 paint gun. Despite what anybody will tell you, a cheap little paint gun will work just fine. Just make sure you clean it. Just make sure just take care of it, and it will last you. Now, as we move on to the paint here, I want to say that everything on this table is going to be in the description below for you to purchase. The base paint is going to be an affiliate link, I guess, because there's a whole thing on this one. So I'm actually really stoked about this, but I'll get to that more later in this video. First up, we got the primer sealer, 1:1 ratio for the primer. And then to make it a sealer, it's a 1:1 with a half part of reducer, which is what we got right there. Next up, we do have the base coat. The base coat has to go over a white sealer in order to come out the color that I am aiming for. If this was just sprayed over the primer, then this would come out more green and not the blue that I'm looking for. So that's why we have a white sealer. And we got some acetone just to kind of clean up stuff. And then we have our clear coat here, and this will go on after everything. So today we're just gonna be doing the car itself and the doors. All the fenders and everything are gonna be at a later date because I actually found the front end that I'm gonna be going for. Not many people know this, but if you're friends with me on Facebook and stuff like that, you would know. I think Instagram too. I don't know. I don't use Instagram anymore. But with all this paint here, I think collectively, I know that the clear coat was $100-ish. The primer sealer was about $200, so that's $300 right there. The base coat was $300, so it's $600 right there. The reducer was about $100, and then the acetone, that's like $15. So all in all, about $700, a little over $700 for just the paint. So collectively, with all the prep materials and the paint and everything like that, we're looking about $1,000. Now, I do want to say before I go out there and show you guys the state of the car and what we need to do is this paint that I bought here, really cool. I actually bought 3 quarts. I didn't need a whole gallon because I'm not doing a full body paint, I guess, full paint job. I'm only doing the outside of it, really. So I only bought 3 quarts. I figured that would have been enough. I probably would have had a little left over, but I know I have fenders and stuff to do too. So that's why I was like, probably a half gallon. And anyways, they ended up just sending me a whole gallon. It took them about a week to ship it. I waited a week, and then I emailed them because I was like, hey, I placed this order about a week and a half ago. And they're like, oh, yeah, we have a lot of orders. And then literally that same day, probably 2 hours later, I got an email that it was shipped. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. They probably, I don't know. I don't know how they worked it. I don't know. But I don't know if it was just timing. I don't believe in coincidence. But hey, to me, it makes me feel better because they sent me a whole gallon instead of the 3 quarts that I bought. But with that, let me go show you guys the car, kind of walk you through what I did. So if this is something you're trying to do, you have a little bit better of an idea of, you know, how to go about it, I guess. All right, so here we have the car completely sanded down. The Bondo work, I redid the Bondo work to do a little better. I learned a couple tricks when I did it. So I primered it more and then laid some Bondo over it and started sanding it down. If I was sanding into the primer, then that was still too low, so I had to apply more Bondo. So I got it a lot better. Do you remember how I was saying this? There's this low spot right here. It's completely gone. I mean, it's nice. Now, I could have done better on some other spots, like this right here, how it's a little wavy right there. But honestly, I'm not that great, and these corners were really hard to apply Bondo without like spreading over. So I kind of just did the best I could on both sides of the car, and you know, it'd be fine. To me, I don't care. Again, this is on the roof. This is a drift car. I'm not entirely too worried. I was more worried about this because this was more effed up looking than anything else. And then same with over here. Got a little bit better here. Sanded the car down. We got a haul all ready to go. What I need to do right now, and I'm going to do it off camera because it's just tedious work, and I need to actually work pretty quick because of the weather situation. I can already see clouds, but I got to reapply some tape because I did this preemptively. Some of the pieces of tape, like you saw on top, is kind of starting to peel off. So I need to just run a couple lines of tape, and we'll be good. Oh, real quick, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my hose and I'm going to wet the entire ground around the car, probably all the way to the outside, all the way up to this table, get it nice and soaked. That way when I do spray, it's not going to kick up any of this dust when I'm spraying the car. All right, so phase one is complete. We have it painted white through and through. Now I just gotta let it dry. I did 3 coats. I did 2 at first, and then I went around with the flashlight and I kind of was just looking at everything, and I wasn't super comfortable. Like, it was good, it was on there, like, you know, solid, but I wanted to have a 3rd coat. It made me feel a lot more comfortable. I had a couple oopsies. For the most part, the car looks great. I had some issues with the wind on this side because of the side of the house. There's a bit of a wind tunnel here. It was kicking up dirt. Tried to avoid it, but didn't happen. Right here, I made a user error. It's a little runny. It's hard. Oh, you can kind of see it right there on camera. But yeah, it's pretty runny in this spot because that was my first layer, and I just kind of gun-ho. I was kind of getting used to, you know, a really thin layer of paint, I guess, because I had to put some reducer in it for it to be a sealer. But other than that, car came out great. I'm gonna let it dry now. I'm gonna go spend some time with the lady and the baby for a bit. While this dries, give it another hour. Been about 30 minutes already. Give it another hour or 2. Hopefully it'll be dry enough. I can still see it's still pretty wet, but man, it's looking good. All right, so we will let all this dry, then we'll come back and we'll do the base coat. Oh, before I do start with the base coat here, I do want to say that I only used maybe about 3/4 of a quart for this. So I definitely have a lot more than I need, because even with the fenders and everything, I'll probably only use that 1/2 quart left, maybe another half out of that one. So kind of cool. Pretty stoked about that. So I have leftover if I decide to do different setup later. But did experience some rain. The sun's back out and it's drying up pretty good. It stormed. I mean, it's Texas, so when it rains for like 30 minutes to an hour, which is good because this was already pretty much dry, but then it gave it a little bit more time to dry, and now it's like, I mean, now it's good. You know, it's all matte. The only problem is, again, I'm doing this outside, so we end up with a couple little bumps here and there, imperfections. Again, to me, it's whatever. I work with what I got. I don't have, you know, a climate-controlled shop or anything like that. But it's time to spray the main color now. I'm so stoked on it. Damn, that looks good. My flabber has been gasted. Unfortunately, there's no like good sunlight or anything like that, and it's gonna be kind of hard to see on camera. There's little pearls in it. I didn't know that. I do want to say, okay, I should start by saying that I, by no means, a professional painter, nor should I be given like an actual criticized review on paint, because this is literally my first time like doing it the right way, I should say. But I will say I'm gonna walk you guys through the car in just a second, but I'm pretty damn proud of myself and I really like the way this paint sprayed. Now, if I had to do it again, I would say that I would like to have bought the paint and the reducer separately. I don't know, it was pretty, again, don't take my, you know, I guess what I'm saying to heart, because it could just be a user error, or I just don't know because I don't know what it normally is. But I don't know if it was really, it seemed really liquidy. Again, that could just be me. If in the comments, if you want to correct me on that, by all means, go ahead, shut me the hell up, because I don't want to sit here and sound like an asshole, like I know what I'm talking about when I don't. But I will say that it came out really freaking nicely. So we'll start from tip to butt and kind of go all the way through. I mean, to me, it came out great. Yo, you know, it even actually, it's still there. Oh, you can't see it on camera that well. Sweet. By painting this, I kind of fixed some of the fuck-ups that I did. So it's a little wavy, but like I said, the hood actually is the hardest thing to paint, to be entirely honest. Or not the hood, the roof. But this came out freaking amazing. I still have to hit it with the clear, which I'm going to do off camera because my little POV camera that I have isn't charging again for some reason, so I'm not going to have it. So I'm just going to shoot with clear, and then we'll see if it's any shinier on camera. I think it's going to look pretty much the same. I don't know. I could be wrong. Again, I've never really painted, so I don't know how crazy different things look on camera and not. Oh my goodness. I'm really stoked with this color. This car with this color, with the red, because the rest of the color scheme is going to be white and red. So roll cage, wheels, suspension, is all going to be variants of red and white. And I think I have just enough of this blue to paint the front end that I'll be picking up later this month. Kind of a secret. I'll show you guys when I make that video. I will be doing the whole trip basically because I got to drive pretty far for this thing, and it's worth it to me. But we'll be picking that up. But we will be picking that up. Damn, that is a tongue twister to say. And then we'll use the leftover paint that we have to paint that. And then I have a bumper. I have an OEM bumper, but I feel like with this aftermarket paint, the front end I'm gonna do, I don't think it'd be right to just put an an OEM bumper on. We'll see how much paint I have, because yeah, we'll just see. We'll see how it goes. But now we're gonna let this blue dry for a little bit. Once again, I'm just gonna go hang out with the lady and the baby for a bit, because I love spending time with them. And hopefully by that time it'll be ready to shoot the clear, and then I'll be right back with you guys. Well, damn, sometimes I impress myself. And look, I know there's a million people out there that could do way better, and I get that, and that's cool, that's fine. But to do this in your backyard with limited resources, and you have to rely on weather and all that, came out pretty good. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there's still a lot of, there's some low spots. I'm starting to see some spots I probably could have put some Bondo on, but it is what it is, don't care. For the most part, it looks good at like 10 feet away. I mean, this side came out great, but I did Bondo this side, so makes sense.
Hello there.
Oh, you fuckers, get off the fucking car. I just fucking painted it, asshole. So yeah, there's a couple bugs that got clear coated on here. You know, there's a little bumps and stuff here and there from, you know, just when it stormed earlier, and it is what it is. A dog ran outside and kicked up a rock, and you can see it right there, a little white mark, landed right on the door. Dick. That spot's gonna need to be buffed. There's not a whole lot of buffing that so far it looks like. Oh, that spider's there forever. Yeah, it looks really good. It probably could use some buffing in some spots, but for the most part, I don't think I'm gonna have to buff it that much, which is great. Unfortunately, in this video, I will not be able to put it all back together. I'm gonna let it sit overnight, and then tomorrow, tear all this off, try to get the doors on so I can have it put back together, so I can start getting the suspension, everything else that I need, put that all together so I can roll it out of here and move it around, and possibly either move it to the shop that I work at and get it buffed there by one of the guys, or I'll just do that later. It really doesn't matter. One thing I do know is you don't need a buff right away. That can be something that's whenever you feel like it, really. But again, everything to do this yourselves is all in the description below, minus like an air compressor and other tools and whatnot you'll need to like disassemble the car. But if you watch these videos, I'm just assuming that you also have fun doing this. And that being said, it's also all about having fun. So like I tell everybody, it doesn't matter if you're experienced or inexperienced. All that matters is that you do it. You find a way to do it. You pay somebody to do it, or you do it yourself. You learn how to do it. You know, it's not hard. You know, once you apply yourself a few times, you'll get the hang of it. And starting with small stuff, of course, you'll get better on bigger stuff. I'm not boasting that this is like a grade A job, honestly. It's pretty mid, but I'm really happy with it. It came out actually a lot better than I was expecting. Given the situation. So as always, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, all that fun stuff. I will see you guys on the next video. You all have a great rest of the week. I'll see you when I get the front end for this car. Okay, bye-bye.